I quit teaching because it wasn't right for me anymore. Hey y'all, it's your girl Sha here, back with another video. Today is not going to be a hair tutorial. I'm going to just be talking about my life, and more specifically my professional life, just giving you guys an update on where I am in my career. So I never introduced you guys to my cat. This is Snowy, aka Snooks, aka Snooker Dudes, aka girlfriend. This is the love of my life, so if you come for her in the comments, we are no longer cool whatsoever, right? Say bye. Say bye. She doesn't really like being held like this, okay? As most of you know, I'm a teacher in my 9 to 5. I have been teaching for the last 5 years, so the object of this video is to tell you guys, giving you a life update, I am no longer teaching. I know, it's been a while, and I never thought that, you know what, we're just gonna get right into it, okay? Okay. So, my teaching story. Way back when in undergrad, my junior year, I went to Jamaica and I studied abroad there. And I had the opportunity to teach 4th grade students, and the experience was amazing. It was just amazing to see how different the education system was over there, but I was still able to like really dive deeper into the disparities in our education system as a whole. Went back to school, ready to take on my senior year, and I was like, you know what, I want to major in education just so that I can start teaching right out of college, because I was an English major, because I first wanted to go to law school, and it didn't work out that way because an internship I had was just boring. So the study abroad experience really opened my eyes to teaching. Went to talk to my advisor, and she was like, that's great. Only thing is, you would need to stay in school for 2 to 3 more years if you change your major now. I said what? Say it one more time. 2 to 3 more years if I change my major then. I was entering my senior year. I said, absolutely not. No way. No way. So I graduated with my English degree, and I just really thought about what I wanted to do after college. So I went back home, and I knew I wanted to work in a school. So I just wanted to get my foot into a school building, so I applied to be a secretary at a charter school in the Bronx. Got the job. It was a cool experience. I'm glad that I was able to do it, because back then I was a shy girl. Like those shy girls that are just like quiet, shy. Very weird. The charter school experience, after I was a secretary, I was like, okay, I see what it's like to work in a school. Let me apply to Teach for America. So I applied to Teach for America. That whole interview process, I did horribly, okay? Because I was shy, and I went to the wrong place like a dummy. So I went to the wrong place, and then I was all flustered when I got to the right place, so I just couldn't like focus on what the lesson was and how to properly execute it. So that was a flop. Clearly didn't get in. I was a secretary for a few more months, and then a teacher's assistant position opened up at that same school. So I spoke to the principal. He was like, yeah, like you told me where you want to go. And he was really one of those principals who was so supportive, and he said, I don't want to see you stay as a secretary. Like, you just graduated college. I know what you want to do. You're just using this as a stepping stone. I said, yeah, boom. So he was like, yeah, apply or take the teaching assistant test. And once you pass that, you could be a teacher's assistant. So I passed that, became a teacher's assistant. That experience really prepared me to be a teacher. I was working with a phenomenal lead teacher, and just seeing like her presence, and I had to shake off the shy Chanel, and that presence really helped push me to become a strong teacher. I applied to 2 teaching programs, one in DC and one in New York. I got into both, but I decided to ultimately stay in New York looking back, I should have went to DC, but whatever. The teacher preparation program that I went through was called New York City Teaching Collaborative, and that preparation program really, really prepared me because I had 6 months worth of training with a mentor coach, and just like, I learn best by like seeing and then doing. So having those 6 months to really look at my mentor teacher and see her teaching styles allowed me to develop my own teaching style. I was no longer shy, and it just felt so good to not want to, you know, be mute all the time. Like, I can't even believe I wasted so many years being silent. So anyway, I got into teaching like that. Started teaching at a public school, and my first year was okay. Looking back now, I can say it was great, but when I was experiencing it, I was like, this is horrible. My students, they were funny and stuff, but they were like, they just played a lot of games. I've grown to love them. Looking back, it just seems like we grew together, because it was my first year. It was their first time having like a young Black teacher. So yeah. So after public school, I taught at the public school for 3 years, and then I moved to charter school, and that experience pushed me even more to be a stronger teacher, because charter schools don't play, okay? They really want to make sure that the teachers are developed as much as they can be to make sure that their students are as successful as they can be. So I had a coach, a wonderful coach. She would guide me through the lessons. My co-teachers were all bomb. My co-workers were so bomb. Like, I miss them a lot. After a while, which was this past August, I just really realized that something had to change, because my passion for teaching was just going down. And I don't think it was because of the students. It had, the work-life balance had something to do with it for sure, but it was more so because I started my own business. And the beauty supply store, I want to be successful in it, and it requires a lot of effort. Teaching requires a lot of effort. So something was going to suffer if I didn't quit one of them. The store wasn't an option. I wasn't quitting the store because that's like my baby. Like, I wanted to really nurture my baby and, you know, make her the best that she could be. While teaching, I did it for 5 years. It was cool. I made some really great connections with a lot of my students. I know some of them are probably gonna be watching this video. I miss every single one of y'all, but I had to do this for me, and I had to just really think about, if I stayed in teaching and did this business, my students would have suffered, because a lot of my effort is going towards the business. So I wanted to look into things, and honestly, I wasn't even planning on quitting this year. Like, I thought about it, but nothing was hitting for me. So I'm like, you know what, God wants me to stay here, cool. But then in August, I just was looking at my LinkedIn, because I just be looking on LinkedIn, and I got a message. Hey, would love to chat about a teacher recruitment position. I'm like, okay, why not? Let me hear it out and see how I feel. So we spoke, everything sounded great. I was like, okay, and she used to be a teacher too. I asked her about work-life balance, and she's like, yeah, sometimes there are some like busy days, but it's nothing like teaching, where you don't go home and think about, I gotta grade this, I gotta call these parents, I have to plan tomorrow's lesson. Like 5 p.m. I'm done. Like, I don't think about work after I'm finished. I jumped on it, and I felt bad leaving my school at the time that I did, especially during COVID. But I honestly just prayed about it, and I had to make a decision for myself. Some perks about this job, I don't want to bash teaching whatsoever. Like, that's not the purpose of this video. I quit teaching because it wasn't right for me anymore where I am in my life currently. So the perks about this job, as I said, I'm working in teacher recruitment with a charter school in the Bronx, and I am looking for people who are passionate about making a difference in low-income communities like I did. And I think that I'm still making an impact in the world of education, and it feels good, and I feel more zen. I am so like I'm just at ease. I'm not as stressed. Sunday nights don't come and I'm not like biting my nails off thinking about, okay, tomorrow's lesson, I hope it goes well. Like, I'm not sure. What do I have to grade this week? Like, none of that. It doesn't come up in my mind. I'm happy. Like, I'm really, really happy right now. I do miss making connections with my students. Like, that was a highlight of my day, cracking jokes, playing around with them, and yeah, I miss that. At the end of the day, sometimes you have to make really hard life choices for yourself, and you shouldn't feel sorry about it. At first, I was like really nervous. I was this close to not taking this job because I'm like, I feel bad. I'm not really sure. But the fact that the job just kind of fell in my lap, I'm like, that's God. Like, you don't play around with me. I made this video just to give you guys a life update. I know it was a lot of chatting. Sometimes these chit chats are fun. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me in the comments, like, what is a difficult life choice that you had to make that some people thought was selfish of you, but you had to do it for yourself. Like, let's just get to know each other. Let's do a life update in the comment section below. Okay? All right. Bye, y'all.